Right. Octane would be good. I don't agree with this my original assessment of the Poland pick, and whether they're hit or miss. Let me go through this. Hear myself go through them. Two, I do not agree that Shunwing is a hit. Well, I don't agree she's a hit if you're going to consider depending on who you're going to ask about how she looks. And she's incredibly cool as a point character. I think she has one of the best looking normal attacks for a character that goes point. Charge attack is not really bad, but you don't have this. Lets you do extra power damage with the entire attack. That's it.
Nice and
skill
spicy.
is kind of boring. Your ultimate seems to ultimate is cool. But if you're only using her for her skill and ult, she's kind of a miss. Johnny hits. Do I agree with this? Actually, I think I do.
Solidified.
I like that he's a character that like unabashedly goes all in on the shield. This is not supposed to this guy. Really powerful shield is really good.
Quake!
It has extra uptime. So even though I put that down and used up this
Stabilize.
And his ultimate's pretty cool. If you go and you start using the ultimates. These are cool as well. So I say I agree with that assessment. It's interesting. I should be doing other stuff, but I do want to kind of go through this. I said
Conquering demons is what I
give
do.
it a miss. This was before I had built Xiao. I don't think his normal attacks are too long. I think that's pretty cool. His ultimate's actually quite nice. You gotta kill the charge attack in case you want to use that. I like how he mix in between his normal attacks and his attacks. Personally. So, I actually say he's more of a hit than a miss, for sure. I can see why I would say miss. Man, next character on here is Huta. What did I say? Ooh. Wait, hold on. I said Huta was kind of a miss. I think I can see why I said that. Because the main issue has always been stamina. Making sure you have enough stamina to hold is a pain. Unless see why. Luckily, C1 is significantly more powerful than most casual players. Because of the typical they self-injuring far. So I actually say this makes it much better. Where is she? Yeah. This gives you can get C1 for free. So I'd say that Satan is now much worse. Efficiency actually is still pretty fine. What did I say for Rosario? Miss for Rosario. I guess it's because at this point it had been a while since I used the alt accounts. So
I hear you've got a job for me.
I can always Rosario. I think she has a really aesthetically pleasing what's her skill?
Judgment.
I kind of like it. I like the initial dash with the like slash. It makes a nice little top-down look from the skin. I really like it actually. One effect string. It is really slow, but it feels more like consistency. Like the last hit isn't so really long the attack. honestly, I quite like her. Her ultimate's also pretty neat. I always forget she's a sub DPS, but I always just forget about her ultimate for some reason. Which also is one of the best animations and on-field constructs in the game. Let's see what we're writing. Raiden's a hit. I also just heard what tone it was. Raiden's a hit.
Stay
I
close,
agree.
and you will.
She's really cool. I do actually agree. I do really like her.
Shine down.
I think she's cool. So, and then I just heard one, a different character name is Toma, and I called it a miss.
I guess the housework can wait.
I can live with it. Mostly just on the premise of that he doesn't feel very useful a lot of the time. He's sort of like a Zhongli in that he kind of just has a shield that is meant to be like stackable to make it really strong. It gets really strong. 33% of max HP is a lot for a level 6 or level 9 talent. Like say Zhongli use, who is 21%. The problem is it doesn't do anything else. While also not being astral. He just has, he's the fiery collapse of what he does. He's supposed to be like a sub DPS. Overall, he's not all that great. I would say he's kind of in this, because he's not entirely in this. Okay, what did I say about Genshin? Do I agree with this statement? That Genshin is a miss? Honestly, I don't think I agree with this statement. I completely forgot. I haven't gotten to it yet. Usually because I don't want to fight the stupid wolf boss. I think I kind of like Genshin. Gameplay again, we're talking just gameplay. No. I'm talking just gameplay.
Flag fly.
I like her. I like that she has a counter. She's one of the few characters to have one. Which is really nice, considering counters are like a really cool thing in games. Genshin just does not really have them. Stargirl doesn't have them because, well, the gameplay type doesn't really work for that. But if you do that at the right time, you can get a full counter going, and it's quite nice. I do actually think it's unique, also in the fact that she's holding up experience. I just think it's neat to have her with full up experience, even though it doesn't help her at all. I'd say she's kind of a mess. But not really. I do like her design a lot, though. So people always forget about her skirt length for some reason. It's a real long skirt. It's not like super long, but like Genshin doesn't have longer skirts. People just forget about Genshin entirely because she's used with one of very few characters, which is actually what I think is unique about her, or really nice about her, because she specifically boosts normal attacks, which I think is pretty neat. I should probably check if you can hear me properly. Check my bubble. I think that's a little bit better. Let's see, what did I say about Shen? I passed by too quickly. I said Genshin was a miss, but Shenmue was a hit, which I feel is kind of hypocritical considering they do very similar things. Actually, I'm blind. Oh, she's gonna be left up. Here she is.
What exactly is?
Considering they do very similar things, I'd say they're both hits in the same way. I like that they both boost specific things, rather than just giving like a generic stat boost or something. I do kind of like that. So I'd say they're both more or less hits. We were to say like this. Hard disagree with my past self. I think Candace is a hit.
I promise to keep you
Again,
safe.
she's one of the few characters with a counter. attack string is actually quite nice. I like that little pitch club. I feel like that needs to be done more with spears, which is why I like Flynn's charge attack. Okay. She's got the full counter thing. Either one she can like aim it. I think it's cool. I like that her ability works on being able to switch characters, as well as giving the only character in the game to give Hydra infusion to another character, which is nice. So I disagree. What did I say about Sino? Yeah, this was shortly after I started building Sino, I think. So, yeah, Sino is a hit.
Who's our
He's
next
one of my favorite
target?
characters to play in the game. He's got the best looking ultimate animation in my opinion, too. But I love Sino. He's really fun to play. Even if I hit ultimate incorrectly, because it's funny. I'm gonna say about you. So yeah, it was a miss. Kind of, I'd say it's more like a mixed bag here.
I'll
This
lead the
Pokemon
way.
now. Also just because I didn't really know much how you're supposed to use her. Because I'd always seen images of people with multiple U-blades, but I didn't know how they were doing that. What I didn't know is you have to place a U-blade down, and then use the ultimate. Yeah. Actually find her quite interesting. She works as a nice little, like, reaction support, as well as a healer. Attack support, there's not much to write home about. I'd say she's more like a middle ground. What did I say about Mika? That's a miss. Maybe? I'd say
My
yes, though.
lance and crossbow are prepped.
I can understand what they were trying to do with him.
Precision strike.
They really wanted him to be a big mobile weapon. I should take this off now, since you can't use this. Good hiding spots here. He's supposed to be a replacement. He's supposed to be like a long-awaited, um, dedicated support for Eula, but he ended up not being that much greater than like a C5 or yeah C5 Bennett. I think he's neat, but uh, I don't think he's bad. Like he's not a complete miss. He's not really a hit. So. Okay, let's see who. Next I said Chevrolet. I just said all right. I didn't have a Chevrolet at the time. Where is Chevy? I love Chevrolet's character and design though. I do unironically really
All right,
like it.
team. Let's move it.
And I think her gameplay is actually pretty neat. I do like the difference between her, the different form. Like that, it was different than if I were to do it afterwards. Because that was the special version. Hello, stats. Oh, that's the boost from this, isn't it? That's pretty cool.
Final warning.
Oh, it always does that, never mind. But yeah, the charge version is different than, or the hold version is actually different than the top versions, and you do actually want to do it. Not to mention, it's actually pretty cool to use for like anything you want to aim for. Like if you want to hit a specific
Drop your
thing,
weapons.
it's much easier for this because it's a straight shot. And it also is actually pretty cool. It's a lot of damage, and this is, you know, a nice wide area. I do like how it's like an actual like constant two hands on the pole arm. I do like that she keeps two hands on it. It's really cool. Like if you're doing like card stuff, you want to keep both hands on your weapon. Make sure other people can't take it. I think the only attack is this one. Oh, she keeps two hands. Yeah, she keeps two hands on the polearm at all times. So you use the leverage of it as more of a move people and stuff out of the way type of thing.
Final warning.
Yeah, I do actually think she's a hit, for sure. What does that say about Alvakina? I did say Alvakina's a hit. That's one I don't need to even look at because she's kind of really fun. Emily, kind of a miss. I think I have to agree.
Another chance to
Emily,
learn from you.
she's supposed to like help Burn, but she didn't really end up being all that useful for Burn until like Kanichi came out. When it comes to actual gameplay, she didn't really feel like she was doing much either. Like, as an individual in a vacuum, she wasn't very fun. Kachina should be hit. I should be saying hit here. Yeah, Kachina's really fun. I love her.
That way.
On top of that, her actual normal attack's still nice to use. So yeah, I do think I mostly agree. I disagree with my stance on Xiangling, Xiao, Hutao, Rosaria, Yunjin, Candice, Yaya and Mika are kind of the middle ground. Chevris, I think I kind of disagree with. But everything else I kind of agree with. Yeah, set the speed back to 1.6, which is what I had it on before. Or 1.75 maybe. If it'll let me get up there. There we go. I think I like more of them than I did used to. Where's the Java?
There's still a long road ahead.
And then what the other pull-on characters that were released after that? There we go. Yansan was actually the next pull-on character. Wow, that's who I was literally talking about in the video. Yansan, I said might be a miss if she is a pull-on and could possibly end up being miss. I think she kind of was. I feel like she would have been better as a DPS, but she ended up being more of a support character, which I felt was not how she was ever portrayed, which I find interesting. Yeah. I don't think she really super fits as a support. At least not until you go into the story and you actually learn directly from her that she's a training coach. So, I think at the time I would definitely agree that with what I knew at the time. Yeah. Scoffier is pretty cool and I think kind of a hit because she's meant to be freeze. And I think that's kind of cool. NF was nice. Flynn's just absolutely awesome, and I love Idua purely on his design. Gameplay wise, he's not very cool, to be honest. He doesn't do a whole lot. Okay. Like, I forgot how long the gap between Electro Bow users was. We get Kujo Sara and then Sethos like 3 years later. Okay. Right, I remember what I was doing. Let's actually continue. Exploded flames that I from my past, repressed memories, it's all that remains. Now the fragments that I call my life, sacrificial lambs, upon my past. Oh, the broken these bones. Feeling myself was right. Soulless heart. Bam, bam, bam. Passive. What are you doing here?
Are Paimon's eyes deceiving her? The person's nuh-uh. That's not right. This is clearly... What on earth is... Sorry, Passive. She's not quite herself right now. Morning? Noon? Night? What do you do, Passive? Still, what are you doing here in the Fortress of Niptime? I can't imagine what kind of work Passive could do here. Patrol the sea with bishops in tow? Big, bright light! Melusine. Paimon doesn't know what that big traveler. You must... Ryo! Ryo!
Ryo, right here. I see we have some unexpected guests. Welcome. How times change,
Sucks
huh?
that I can't hear him.
Me of all people diving into the water to hunt for food.
Paimon sure didn't expect you to do that.
I don't actually mind. Nothing wrong with the occasional swim. It's good exercise.
Right! Almost forgot how idle you can be sometimes.
Ah, so that's her name. Passive. I like it. It sounds leisurely. Just hearing it said out loud. Oh, but to answer your question, basically, Miss Passive lingered a little too long under the searchlight and got herself captured by some overzealous guards. I suspect she was too busy admiring the nearby Tidalga to notice the trap closing in around. You should be more careful in the future, Passive. Don't forget, some fish out there use... If you're hunting Tidalga, there's a good chance an angler... Can't understand what I'm saying, huh? Well, not to worry.
Who?
I
Knew
believe
that's
you're
coming.
already acquainted. He sometimes goes by New Valet.
Oh wait, I'm talking about. Hold on. I have to listen because I'm talking about um I'm talking about is it to 1.25 speed so I can hear myself. I'm talking about Harbingers right now. I need to listen to this.
Well, what do you know? I have a knack for this. I understood who she was talking about right away.
I did not think Pantalone or Greater would be playable. Or Pantalone and Pantalone or Greater. And I kind of agree. I don't think either of them will be playable. They don't seem like combatants to me. What did I say about Sandrone? What element that she would be? Sandrone definitely would say Geo for sure.
Not that it was hard to guess. Makes sense that a Melusine would know Novelet. Still, I've never met a Melusine who eats Tidalga, speaks in riddles, and
Well, about that.
Where?
Once upon a time in Enkanom, yeah. Let me see. Combina. Did I say anything about her? That's so funny. I said Kalabina could be interesting. She is neat. She's just a universal support for all lunar teams. Um, and I said to Torre, I will avoid at all costs because I think he's. What did I say specifically? Because he's an asshole. And I don't think he uses elements. That is true. But if he were to be released, he'd probably be Hydro, like Kalabina, because he used the tri-lunar powers. Interesting. I had the same feeling about him as I do now. Because he's always been a piece of shit. Mostly because I actually, well, even before I had seen him in the like animations and stuff, I had already seen him in the manga ages ago. I was right. I was right. Columbina is number 3.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Ah, Neuvillette. Of course not. Whenever you deem fit to grace us with your presence is always the
Okay, I
perfect
think I'm
time.
gonna continue
Miss
this
Passive
before
is
I
waiting
start
for you.
listening to myself again.
Take your time. Finish your food.
Oh, this looks just like a pair.
Well, that's about right, actually. He's only here because I broadcasted a missing person notice throughout all of Fontaine.
It seems we are in fine spirits today. These jokes are...
Seeing Passive safe and well seems to have put you in good spirits, too. She must be very...
Since there are no outsiders here, despite appearances, she is quite...
That explains it. So that's why Passive expresses herself. You see, this is why it's always worth striving to stay alive as long... To hear stories from those who have lived longer than you about things...
Passive!
It seems Miss Passive agrees it.
Indeed. Thank you very much for taking care.
My pleasure. And thanks to you all, I now have ample reason to give my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute a little task. I'm hoping... of all the ways to invite our friends at the fortress to come and visit, this doesn't seem like the most
That's
sustainable
how a lot of people
long-term
get in the
strategy.
first time around, which I had never done.
You're right. Even we get picked up from time to time while passing by.
Don't get your hopes up. I'm just hoping I get to see it before...
Until the process is complete, I shall inform the Melazines to avoid any such...
Sounds...
Apologies for the inconvenience. In any case, I cannot stay long. If there are other matters to discuss,
all of the Tilbog
let us
are
meet
gone.
above the surface.
Understood.
Passive, come! Goodbye, Ryo!
Bio from Rio. See you next time.
Bio from Rio. That's cute. I don't remember much about Passive.
Oh,
It's
dear.
been a while.
I forgot to have Neuvillette explain the anglerfish metaphor to Passive. Well, never mind. There's no rush. I'll write him a...
Didn't get to ask it. How much does he know about Economia? Like, how much does Neuvillette know about it? Well, he's the Hydro Dragon sovereign. But that's the thing. Economia predates him. Okay, let's go grab stuff first. Yeah, I'm listening to myself now. Where am I going?
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
I still genuinely don't think 10 is empty. Because that wouldn't make any sense. Why would 10 be empty? There has to be like, an explanation for that. I'm just waiting for that explanation to come out. I genuinely don't think 10 is empty. I genuinely do think there is a 10th Harbinger. We just haven't seen for some other reason. I think they're still alive and doing jobs. They're just like the secret operative, so they just stay in the 10th spot. I think we'll either meet them or see why the spot remains empty in Snezhnaya. Or in the last version of Nodcry, whenever the Nodcry season ender comes around. That's really been 30 minutes. Let's just go ahead and...
Up and away!
Solidify! I will have order.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Bubba, get them! You're toast! Toast be gone. Closing in.
Gather!
Nice and spicy.
Every playable. You can just stay every playable. Oh no, no, it's not pressing correct.
Dancing in the wind.
Not every single playable for 2 member has a vision. That's wrong.
Cross over. Go.
Because now we have Combina. He does not have a vision. Huh. Yeah, we didn't get another conquest of 5.2. And I think one of the last videos in this playlist is me looking at 5.3. I think it was one of the last things of 2024. I can't go that far down right now. I can only count down to November. Because we're going to AR60. The road to AR60 starts around that point, though. I can't tell what version this is. I'm pretty sure it's mid-November, so that's gotta be during 3.0 or 5.2. I don't think we did not get a 5 point. We did not get a full art conquest in 5.2. We were just explained. We were just going through the effects of what the abyss does to the mind. That's what it was. Used a little interlude with Yansan, and then over up here. Yeah, we hadn't been introduced to a Hydro character for a long time. I'm still annoyed about that. I have to agree. Why did we not get any Hydro Claymores in Fontaine? It's crazy that our first Hydro characters of certain types were released not in Fontaine. Yet we got a shit ton of Hydro freaking like Catalyst, didn't we? During Fontaine we only got 3 Hydro characters in the entirety of Fontaine. Are we dead ass right now? Mondstadt. So 1, 2, 2 from Mondstadt. Actually 3 now. 1, 2. I guess that's 1, 2 from the 1 from Snitch, or 2 from Snitch Maya technically, but technically not Cry. 1, 2 from Sumeru. We got 3 Hydro Cliffs. So I think it is still the highest number behind Mondstadt. But like, there was Catalyst, which we already had 1 million of. Sword, which we already had 2 of. And Bow, which we had also 2 of. And then immediately was followed by another Hydro Catalyst. And then another. Why? Crazy that it took until Nodcry to get a Hydro Claymore. It's crazy. Right, that's what I was going over here. Actually, do I need everything? I already have the keys. I'll keep that. Ooh, I said back then that I don't like Shalom or Chiori. I disagree with both of those, actually. Well, I don't really care much for Shalom's gameplay, but I love her design. I genuinely do actually really like her design nowadays. It grew on me over time. It took like a long time, like 6 months or some shit like that, but it grew on me. I've sat on this game too long. 37 minutes, Jesus Christ.